On this episode, a new sub-series I'm going to call One Simple Change Today. Today we're going to do one simple change for catering and menus. All right, then let's go. Alicia here, out for my walk with Reenie, my adorable half schnauzer, half terrier, all Muppet. This is Sustainable Events Dog Walk, a short podcast from Positive+Impact Event Consulting, where you can get a quick nugget about sustainability for your events and event business while on a walk with Alicia and her dog Reenie. Sustainability is a big project, but we'll get there together, one little step at a time. So in this new little sub-series that I'm going to start doing, I'm going to do an easy takeaway, one simple change you can do today, one simple change today, in a various topic. And I figured we'll start with some easy ones and I'll just filter these in throughout the weeks to alternate between big picture ideas and some practical takeaways that you can hopefully apply right away to your systems. And when I say apply to your systems, the goal of this is to add, whether it's questions or line items or whatnot, onto your spreadsheets and your procedures for yourself, your team, things for you to talk about with your vendors. So for today, we're going to cover one small change today in catering and menus. Come on, dog. The tiny beginning of the rain is so cold. And I'm going to start with this because it is easy. You do kind of already know it. And we can talk a little bit about the reasoning and what my reasoning is for the actual change itself. Today, I'm not going to focus on meat, which is a huge one. Obviously, reducing meat is a great call. We'll come back around to that. Today's small change is about focusing on local and seasonal. So reducing your geographic area of your footprint. And that is to either as a caterer or when requesting from your caterer, always ask for an alternative menu option that achieves the same goals in terms of the nutritional value or the colors or the flavors or the vibes, that is made with local seasonal options. So if you're a caterer, being able to present your menu options as here's the dishes that we talked about, and here is an alternative that works out to have the same ideas, but I can source from local farms within, for instance, 50 miles that will be in season, or here are two varieties for this side. We will pick whichever one is in season and season them, approximately the same way. For instance, if it's, the difference between green beans and asparagus or whatnot. Now, if you are the caterer, what this does is it creates a value add for you to your clients, that you are not only the expert, but also interested in paying attention to local and seasonal options and supporting local farms. Now, a big complaint with sustainability efforts that we hear often is that they are perceived to be more expensive and that the alternatives are more costly, which is often either true or true by circumstance. If you're making a late change, obviously it's going to be more expensive, so earlier planning is in everyone's benefit as always. But with the food, it's very possible that this is the case. So if I were a caterer presenting these options, I would be aiming to reduce plate sizes generally, to reduce food waste, and advising that of people. If you can be more generous in the decadence of a dish and less in the physical poundage, that's my preference. That's something that you have to decide on with your own style and with your own clients. But when it comes to writing the offer or the quote, when it comes to developing the menu, if it's going to be a lot more expensive to, for instance, go to a local butcher, for us in Washington and Seattle, it would be for Washington beef, you're going to have to either present a luxury, more expensive option, or really call out the fact that it's going to be a smaller portion to achieve the same cost per head. And being able to pitch that as an upsell to the client in terms of their own look and their own representation to say to the planner and their stakeholding team that by choosing a locally farmed seasonal option, they can really highlight on the menu that they are choosing to eat local and seasonal, and that this is experiential and beneficial and sustainable, and that it's going to improve their track record with their stakeholders. And then looking at it overall as the planning participant, obviously all that same information applies to you. It's going to be useful for you later. If you have caterers who are not doing this on their own, they're not accustomed yet to this, maybe it's someone outside of your normal area or not in your close circle of vendors who you're talking to about your sustainability goals already, having it be part of your proposal that they pitch you one conventional version of the menu and one open to variation, seasonal and local, where they can cite their farms and give them some creativity there, and let them know that the purpose of that is to achieve a sustainability goal, support the local economy, and to educate their attendees on what they're eating and where it's coming from. You should specify for them if you want the plate price to be constant and acknowledge that you are willing to accept reduced portion sizes or reduced courses or whatever the solution is that you're comfortable with, so that they know the parameters that they're working within with their creativity and their resources. And I would also add for standard procedure, one small change for your permanent procedure would be to always add the line item that when presenting their quote, your caterers should source where their food is coming from. If they don't want to share the individual names of farms or produce companies, that's up to them if they have some, proprietary knowledge that they're nervous about, but asking them and informing them that the purpose is to see how wide of a distribution net the food is coming on. And this is to, if nothing else, just illuminate when you're bringing in South American strawberries or raspberries, because there are no North American raspberries. It's about giving yourself the opportunity for that knowledge. You don't have to start changing your choices right away. You just need to see what the ramifications are of your current choices. So there you have it. One small change today for caterers and people ordering from catering: add the option to review a seasonal, locally sourced version of your dishes. If you have any questions on event sustainability that you'd like me to address, please feel free to submit them through the Google form link or the email address that are in the description of the podcast. And I'll be back next time with more ideas, tips, solutions, recommendations, and philosophy on sustainability in events. Thanks for joining me on Sustainable Events Dog Walk. I'm Alicia Druby, founder of Positive Impact Event Consulting, and I want to help you integrate sustainability into your event business so you're ready to make every event you work on more sustainable. See you next time.